There have been dramatic developments following our investigation into the sinister Korean cult preying on vulnerable young Australian women. Tonight, we expose the female pastor, known as the group's very own Ghislaine Maxwell. She's accused of procuring and grooming attractive Australian girls for the cult's sex-crazed leader. In the South Korean countryside, this is the secretive headquarters of a worldwide cult called Providence. Its leader, a convicted rapist, styles himself as Christ the Messiah.
I don't think Jeong Myung Seok is a human.
What do you think he is?
It's a beast. It's a demon.
A demon.
You've been indoctrinated to believe that this is God, and that by opposing him, you're opposing God.
In 2014, Amy was 22, with an interest in Christianity, when a Providence recruiter approached her at a Melbourne shopping centre. A slow indoctrination would eventually become full-on brainwashing.
I thought I'd finally found my place where I can be comfortable and be myself, I guess.
Liz was 18 when she was targeted at a suburban shopping centre in Canberra. She was recovering from an eating disorder and particularly vulnerable.
You were perfect.
Yeah, I was really primed. I was in a really good position to be, I guess, susceptible to psychological coercion, and they definitely took advantage of that, yeah.
They were told to wake up in the middle of the night to pray, not to God, but to JMS. Then they moved into cult houses where every aspect of their life, from where they worked to who they saw, was controlled.
The guy is just a sick, twisted predator.
Come here, my lord. Are you the Messiah?
I was sexually assaulted 5 times.
It'd be very dark in here without the lights on.
I think that the caves are a place that he could take women in and do whatever he wanted because there's no cameras and there's no one to see him. That's exactly why that cave was made. And I was assaulted in that cave as well, so I know.
A place where he can freely commit his crimes.
Absolutely, yeah. No one's watching.
Last year, Amy courageously went to the Korean police with her allegations of his depraved assaults.
As Amy testified in the courthouse behind me, arrest warrants were issued for a number of accomplices. One of those was for JMS's second in charge, his successor, a woman named Pastor Joeun. She's accused of luring and grooming women to have sexual intercourse with the now 78-year-old.
She's a witch. She also really makes my blood boil. She's a very deceptive person as well, just like JMS. And she has been put in this position of power and she's abused that.
When you reach a certain level in the hierarchy in a destructive cult, you become complicit. You know what's going on. You're at the top. You're seeing the inner workings. You're part of the machine.
Wake up alone with the fire in the hall.
Just as Ghislaine Maxwell procured young women for Jeffrey Epstein, Pastor Joeun is accused of doing virtually the same thing for JMS.
How many victims do you think she's brought to JMS?
I would say, yeah, dozens.
One meeting between Amy and Pastor Joeun was recorded and is now powerful evidence.
Essentially, she's just telling me to be very close to him.
This is the actual audio.
Just do something and or if you don't know what to do, then just go to him anyway.
This is very contradictory to some statements that she's made recently before she was arrested, that she, righteous Pastor Joeun, has always told the girls to, you know, be really careful and always stay 3 meters away from him. But then I have this evidence.
You know, like you can write your own proverbs. I didn't want to go out, so I didn't. And really, I'm really here alone. You know, that can be your proverb.
You're not telling me to stay 3 meters, you're telling me to stay really close to him.
To follow him.
Yeah, be really close.
Determined to stop the abuse, Amy will bravely give evidence against Pastor Joeun and other female leaders accused of aiding sexual assault crimes. It means she will return to Korea to confront the cult one more time.
I think the easier thing to do would be to sort of hide away and try and move on with your life.
Yeah, when I first left, that's exactly what I was going to do. And once I started speaking to people and hearing everything again, like, it was just impossible. It wasn't an option for me to just let it go.
People, they're still actively recruiting places where people are going to be in vulnerable stages of life. For example, university campuses. This isn't just something that's happening all the way over in Korea or overseas somewhere, but it is happening here, and people need to know what to look out for.
I hate him so much. I never thought that I'd have an enemy in life, but he really is my enemy.
I don't think I would have left if I hadn't physically been removed from the cult, yeah.
I'm still deconstructing to this day, and it's 2.5 years later, and I expect that I'll still be deconstructing for 2.5 more years.
Are you a Christian now?
I'm not.
Are you religious anymore?
No, I'm no longer religious.
I think I'm just looking forward to focusing on my own life and my future career, and just like going out and going into the world and figuring it all out again, you know?
Since our investigation first aired last week, we have heard from several Australian parents whose daughters remain ensnared by the Providence cult. The Australian Federal Police are now investigating.